Alright guys, I'm going to record my method for aliens in Zombies in Spaceland boss battle. I've been farming it for keys for a good while now, especially double keys, and it is fantastic. I have a lot of people ask me, what's my method, all that stuff, and it's really hard to explain everything in detail, so I figured I'd just show you guys. First off, you do need Reaver with Smart Shot as one of your attachments, extended mags, I suggest, just so you don't have to reload as much. Quick draw, straightforward, you're aiming a lot. Rifle barrel, alien's pretty far away, so that's going to help you. Forward grip, because you're going to be spamming it really fast, that's going to help. And then stock, because you're going to be aimed in a lot, and you're going to need to be strafing the whole time. So stock is going to let you move faster while aimed in, and it's going to keep you alive. Fate and fortune cards, I don't use anything specific, obviously. No fortune cards, I just pop an Irish luck at the beginning and hope that it gives me something that'll actually help. It usually isn't, but sometimes you get lucky and get like explosive touch or hide and seek, something like that. Go ahead and start this. Let's do a Hoff code. Another thing I suggest is in your perks, I highly suggest blue bolts. You're going to want to time that reload though whenever you feel like you're about to be cornered. If you're running away from shooting the alien, you have a reload, you might want to wait just a moment to make sure nothing's going to block you, because if they do, that shot can save your life and keep you in the fight.
This brings back memories.
So right off the bat, I go straight for the Shredder. Any blaster is good, but the Shredder is in the same row as the Reaver. You just look straight up, so it saves a little bit of time hunting down what guns you want. At this point, it's all muscle memory for me. So obviously, Tough Enough, Bang Bangs, Racing Stripes, Quickies, Blue Bolts, like I said, and Up and Atoms if you're playing solo. That will use every dollar you have, maximizing your potential loadout. When I get in here, I like to cross in front of Neil, turn around, and then strafe backwards while using it. Alright, claw for 30 seconds, no thank you. I do that backwards thing because if it drops an insta-kill or a max ammo or a nuke, you can use it later instead of immediately. Like right now, you can wail on him, grab a nuke, and then you have all the time in the world to take out his fuse instead of having to deal with all the zombies at the same time. So at the beginning, I run tight circles until he comes down and I can wail on him pretty well a second time. But then you're going to want to start bigger circles all the way around the portal. He's going to start hopping around. You can use your blaster at this point if you want. Go ahead and take out that guy. Oh, he's right in the face. Hook back around for him. And hook back around to get back in front of these guys. That U-train method can really help, where you train them one way and then take a bigger loop around them. And see, if you do enough damage, he won't actually make the bubble. If you do enough damage when he's up on the roof, he'll just go straight down. Which is, it's both good and bad, because that means you don't have nearly as much warning to actually get up to him and melee that fuse. You got to really watch for it. But it does save you a lot of time, and he doesn't spawn his bodyguards. He usually spawns a bunch of zombies around him as bodyguards. Alright, we need to run this off. Where'd he go? He's actually down? Oh, there's that 5-second muscle. I'm not going to bother with him just yet. He should be coming down. Okay, next time. I should also note that this method is not to get, like, the world record. This method is to play it safe and basically guarantee that you're going to beat this guy every time. Because it saves, beating him faster, yeah, that's great, but if you make a careless mistake and you die, then you're wasting all that time. Okay, see, here's an insta-kill. I really like insta-kill, because next time he comes down, I just stay here. The zombies that walk in my way, they're dead. Don't have to worry about it. And you can really, yep, there it is. You really wail on him. 209, that's not great, but as long as you do it in less than 5 minutes, you're going to get some good keys. A lot of people say 4. I think 5 is still really close to the amount you get at 4, but 4 or less tends to be the goal. With that method, I sometimes hit, a minute 20, sometimes it's closer to 2, and then there's been a few times where you go down, but you can still stay in the fight, and you're there for another 2, 3, 3.5 minutes, something like that. We'll go and run another one just to see if we can duplicate that. Pretty straightforward method. The stock and the blue bolts is something that I don't see a lot of people doing, but you definitely need. It will make a huge difference in your runs. So let's try this again. I'm secretly hoping I go down, but I'm not going to force myself down because I want you guys to see kind of how I recover from that. My thing is, unless you haven't, like, okay, so if you go down before you've actually done any fuses, then you're just going to want to restart. But if you've already knocked out his fuse, and even if you haven't done any damage at that point, you can still win. But especially if you've knocked out a fuse and he's, like, yellow, then you can stay in the fight. It's actually pretty easy to finish him off because all the zombies will unspawn, and you can fight just him for a little bit. So we'll see what happens. Alright, same thing. We cross over here. As soon as that timer pops up, there's the card. Missed bullets. Alright, that's a good one. Strafe, much strafing. That was good. Oh, man. Right in my face. That's a lot of damage right off the bat. That's what we like to see. Let him do that one more time. He's going to come down next, most likely. Nope, he's still up there. Now he's coming down. Alright, got the bubble. That's fine. Skipping the bubble part is nice, but if you have the Reaver, anything he spawns in your way, you can just spam, and then until you get close enough to melee. Just like I did right there. So at this point, I tend to keep my distance. Let's see. Alright, now he's down in my way. But the trick is definitely to not stop moving. You gotta keep moving. And that's why you need that stock. That stock is really gonna help you. Oh, right, I have the missed bullets thing. That's weird. Alright, this is where we can do that U again. Ah, he's already gone. It's alright, not worth it, not worth it. Also, I don't really suggest counterclockwise or clockwise specifically. They're both, you know, it's the same thing. It's just whatever you feel like you're more comfortable with.
Wow, I feel great.
Sorry about that message. I know that's always a big interruption there if that does come through. Oh, well, that's fine because he went down at the same time, so that's going to count. Alright, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. I think this is where I'm going to call it. I hope this was helpful to you guys. You can see these keys are no joke. I've been doing this a lot. They just keep stacking up crazy fast. I mean, you're doing, what, maybe 4 minutes worth of playing, well, 2 minutes worth of playing in the fight, and then you got, you know, load out times, load in times, getting your stuff in the Afterlife Arcade. So it's going to take, I say it's about 4 minutes a run for about 20 keys with double keys. Normally it's about 9, so it's a very good method. Hope this was helpful for you guys. I mean, I'm not going to ask for subscribes or likes because that's not why I'm posting this. Just hope you guys enjoy. Hope it helps.